time on my hands than I usually do in a wash day, I figured I would do a protective style that's a little bit more involved than usual. I want to do just a few jumbo twists all over my hair. I'm gonna start on freshly washed hair, really fresh. I mean, my deep conditioner is actually still in here. Give me a second. Okay, so I just rinsed out my deep conditioner. I'm using my As I Am leave-in conditioner. And this Cream of Nature Pure Honey Moisture Whip Twisting Cream. And I'm gonna put those two in my hair initially so I can tie it up and it stops dripping all over me. Okay, so I have 23 strands of Marley here. I figure I'll do 12 twists and have 2 in each, except one will just have 1 strand. Whatever. It's not like I'm going anywhere anytime soon anyways. I'm gonna put my hair into sections real fast. So I decided that I'll just do rubber bands on the front of my head so that at the edges it looks crisp and clean and cut. And I'm gonna soak the rubber bands in some coconut oil to kind of relieve some of that tension that I know it's gonna create. So I'm gonna do that now while I'm doing the back end of my braids. So I'm gonna use this Curls Ultimate Curl Butter Gel before I put in my twist. I really don't know how I feel about this yet. I've used it a couple times. I haven't like really noticed a huge difference. I mean, I've only used it in protective styles, but it smells really good. So I'm gonna put that in my hair all the way up to the roots. Try to elongate the lifetime of this style. I mean, you should. Low-key made my curls pop a little bit. Anyways, I feel like last time I just left the ends like this, like intact. The Marley hair ends. And I think this time I want them to look a little more like this, like brushed out and frizzy. Also, I'm gonna have to stretch this hair because like I'm really cutting it close. is just about the same length as my own hair. So I'm gonna brush out the ends. So they're all nice and frizzy at the ends now. And then I kind of like stretched them and pulled them so that when I twist it, the ends will look more natural. Gonna get it by the center. Split this section of my hair in two. Put the center in between my two sections. One section on the top and one section on the bottom. Put the middle of this strand in the center of my hair and start twisting my own hair around, locking it in. And then I'm gonna just start two-strand twisting.
So it's a little hard to see right here at this angle, but it's really important to remember that the same way you twisted your hair into the roots to lock it in, you're going to continue that rotating motion with your wrist to twist each of the individual strands before you cross them over into your two-strand twist. You'll be able to get a closer look at exactly what I'm talking about when I start doing the front sections of my hair as well.
And once I get to the ends of my hair here, I'm gonna take a little bit more of my gel and just smooth it down, like smooth my hair into the Marley hair. Smooth it all the way down, even putting some like in the very ends of just the Marley hair, so that it stays better. Okay y'all, so I've done all of my twists except for the 4 I'm doing in the front. I already sectioned them off and tied them up in the rubber bands that I had soaking in my coconut oil. It's not tight. I mean, it's tight enough to hold all my hair in place, but I really didn't do them too tight again because I'm just considering the potential for breakage. My twists are very light. I haven't put any of them in, like I'm very comfortable right now. My scalp doesn't feel like it's being pulled or tugged or anything. Like I can move them any which way if I wanted to put in a bun or a ponytail, and it's not gonna cause like a whole lot of tension. So let me show you how I've been putting these in. So that's the hair all brushed out, and then pulling the ends so that when I finish, the ends of my twists are thinner, giving it a more natural look. And then I grabbed the very last braid or twist that I did before I start twisting it and just give like an estimate of how long the next twist is going to be in relation to the last one I did. So this one looks like it's going to be a lot longer. So I'm going to just move these back around, make them even again. And then pull it a little bit. And that looks a lot better. Okay. Gotta put water on these because they dried out. And I'm putting some of that pearl butter gel. Split my section of hair in 2. I'm gonna put the middle of my Marley strands into the middle of my hair section and start twisting opposite ways. Top strand is going one direction and the bottom strand is going the opposite direction. And once it feels tight and secure at the base, I'll start twisting down the length of my section. So another good thing to keep in mind is that if you're going through your twist and you're starting to get towards the ends and you can feel that as soon as you let it go, like the tension isn't going to stay and it's going to start unraveling at the end, a really nice trick to keeping it from unraveling is to braid once you get down to like the end portions. So I'll show you on this twist I'm doing right now. This one feels pretty secure, but I'll just show you anyways. So here are my two strands, 1 and 2, and then I'm just gonna take a little hair from this strand and a little hair from this strand, just a little bit. All the strands are gonna be really tiny, especially if it's at the end already. So now I've created 3 strands out of my 2 strand twist. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm gonna braid it down a little bit until it feels nice and secure. Braids are much more stable and secure than twists are, so it's especially at the end where you really can't tell anyways because it's so small. It's a nice way of like making the twist lock into place. So I'm gonna braid that down a little bit, really tight, to keep everything where it's supposed to stay. And then once I get really close to the end, I'm gonna take my 2 smallest strands, put them back together, pinch them back together to form one, and then keep twisting down to the end to make it look uniform again. All right, that's it. The only thing left for me to do now is to figure out what I'm gonna do with the ends. Usually I would dip it in a pot of boiling water to make them look more, you know, smooth and straight. But because my hair is just about at the bottom in a lot of these twists, I definitely don't want to risk damaging my actual hair. So I'm gonna overnight it and get back to y'all in the morning. For the ends of these twists, because I said I didn't want to dip them in the boiling water, I'm gonna show you something with a flat iron that I think I've tried one other time when I had braids in my head. Let me go get that and I'll come right back. So I just wanted to show you guys one last time before I finish how I'm doing this with the foil and the straightener. I have one more to go. This one right here. So I ripped my foil in half because it was just easier to work with. And I want to start from right here. So I'm gonna wrap it around right there. And you can see that there's still some hair hanging out the bottom. And that's okay because I'm just going to move the foil as I pass the straightener flat iron through that section. I'm gonna start up here. Pass it through. And then I'm gonna just scoot the flat iron down the rest. And if that looks okay, I'm gonna do the end one more time. The very end. Of course that works for me on all my other ones, and as soon as I try to do it for the camera, my hair wanna act different. Alright. That's a wrap. So now I'm just gonna put a couple cowrie shells, a couple beads, and call it a goddamn diggity day. So I would say all in all, from the time that I started my installation, probably took like an hour and a half, 2 hours, to like put all of these twists in my hair. And I have 6 on each side, 3 sections on each side of my head, 2 on the bottom, 2 in the middle, the bottom, 2 in the middle, and then 2 in the front on each side of my head. And I only used rubber bands for these front ones here. It's super quick, super easy, super simple, and it only took like 2 bundles of Marley hair. This is the last one. Okay, this is the last one. It wasn't even like a whole chip, so. Okay. I need to get these out of here. All right. If you know, you know, okay? Damn, I wish I could listen to music while I'm recording.